Boy, Tim, I don't know about you, but I have had a great first week on our trip. And we started, of course, at Glacier National Park. And the first day we did the Going to the Sun Road, which lived up to everything that we had heard about it, right? I mean,
it was spectacular drive. The road was narrow, and Lee drove because I was scared to death. It was you're way up on the side of a bank. The road was built in 1932, and you'll see a little bit later in this video how narrow the road was.
Well, cars and trucks are a little bit different size now, we know, than they were back in the 1930s, so it was really spectacular. However, we were rewarded when we got to the top, Logan Pass, and started our, what was it, 3.5 miles? 4 miles?
Yeah, it was about a mile and a half in, I think, and a mile and a half out, maybe a little further.
But a nice hike up with a little bit of elevation. And actually where we were headed was to Hidden Lake. That was our destination. And again, you'll see some of those pictures that we included in there. And we were just about to the turnaround point when we heard from other people on the trail that there were some mountain goats up in front of us. And so we got up there to get some pictures, and it wasn't hard at all.
No, they were right on the trail. In fact, one of them was walking on the trail, and where you're not supposed to get at any national park close to the wildlife, but everybody just stopped and stood still, and the goats were kind of walking around us. It was kind of weird.
It was really pretty cool. And then it got even more interesting because a couple of the rangers kind of appeared from nowhere, and they had heard that there was about 4 grizzlies in the area, and so they were quickly, very great about our safety and getting us off of the trail. So they just closed the trail right behind us and said, you need to head back down to the bottom in the parking lot, which we promptly did.
Right, and then we had a beautiful lunch sitting on the rock wall looking out the other direction in the Continental Divide, and had some spectacular views, drove down, and then had a beverage at the local cafe watering hole, and then shared a potluck dinner. You'll notice there's 2 other people in the video, and that's David and Liz, good friends of Rick and Nat's. Day 2, Lee?
Well, day 2, we decided to go the other side of the park. So we actually left West Glacier and drove to East Glacier Gate. And I think what stood out to me the most was the complete change in topography. We drove away from the Continental Divide, and it turned into rolling plains again, like cut hay and wheat. That's where we saw the buffalo. And then as we turned left back to head towards the East Gate, we got all the mountain peaks and the forest back again. I mean, it was really spectacular.
Right, and Rick and Lynette and David and Liz took a little bit different road into Many Glacier Lodge, where we were headed, and Nat spotted a bear. And so you'll see some of those pictures, a nice black bear. Unfortunately, it wasn't a grizzly.
Yeah.
Okay. But the views from Many Glacier Lodge were amazing.
The unfortunate side of it is the glaciers are going away. We saw pictures from the park was opened in 1910, and so pictures from that
30s and 40s
era, and the glaciers are almost gone, so that was pretty sad. But the setting was spectacular. Every direction, every vista was really great. And then we hiked around the lake and took a picnic lunch, so that was cool.
Right, and then that was about it. We drove back, went by a statue commemorating the Blackfeet Indians. This whole east side of Glacier National Park is a Blackfeet Native American reservation, and Flathead Native American reservation. So quite a bit of local culture there. Then just took it easy today, the 3rd day in the park. Did some laundry and getting ready to go. We went down to the Apgar village on Lake McDonald and rented a little kind of a runabout aluminum boat, and took it out for about a half an hour until the water got too rough, and we turned around and came back and decided it might be better just to have a beer at the local cafe. So it's been a pretty easy day. Leanne made some wonderful stew. Rick and Lynette said goodbye to David and Liz, and tomorrow we head to Great Falls, Montana. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Where are we?
We happen to be at Mini Glacier Lodge.
Oh, that's right.
Just off of Mini Glacier. Does that help?
That helps, yeah. Now I know where we are, so we can go from there.